iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome in here tonight, race fans, to the Chicagoland Speedway here tonight for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series, presented by Red Light Racing. We've made it here to the Windy City tonight for round number 6 here with the series. After we've been to Nashville, Homestead, we've been to Indianapolis, Lucas Oil Raceway, and of course the Daytona International Speedway. This is now the 6th round of the season. And, well, we're ready to see, because now this is the part of the schedule where all these drivers are going to have to start to try and get those ever-elusive points. That's because the regular season is 10 races long, and if this is race number 6, that marks over the halfway point. Drivers, though, that are locked in and ready to go playoff racing already, DJ Anderson picking up a pair of wins this season with Zach Mitchell, James Skelton, and Chris Hammett. Those drivers all have locked in virtue of their wins this season. Sean Butler, Michael Trevarthen, along with Sean Singler, the next 3 drivers that are inside on the playoff points. Then it's going to be Troutman, Terrill, Murdoch, Cole Day, and Dalton Williamson. Those drivers are all in. Jeffrey Souza, Joshua Buckley, and Eric Johnson, all in the top 15. Those drivers are currently on the outside looking in, but that's just by a couple of points. 6 points separates the drivers from being in to the drivers being out here tonight, and we will see which one will be able to go ahead and advance tonight here at the Chicagoland Speedway. As we say that, it is time to get that starting lineup here tonight, brought to us by our friends over at Simbox. You don't have a Simbox? Well, you need a Simbox. Race fans, head on over to facebook.com/SimboxPC. This is your starting lineup. Taking his first career ever pole here tonight, the driver out of Indiana. This will be the number 99. That'll be Cole Day. Back in P number 2, he drives car number 2. That'll be Michael Trevarthen. And after a great run last week, he's back this week, and he's got himself a front starting spot here. In the front half, it'll be the 01 of Richard Murdoch. To the outside of him, driving car number 88 out of Ohio, that'll be Sean Butler. And look at the Canadian Bacon Eater, Tim Williams, back behind car number 45. He'll start into the 5th spot here tonight. 6th will be 2 Cent Single in car number 11 here tonight. He'll start 6th. 7th, we'll go to the Storm from the north. Max Terriel in car number 42. He'll roll from 7th here tonight. The Virginia native, the whoop whoop, it's the cop, number 51 of DJ Anderson. He'll go 8th. 9th tonight, the driver out of Tennessee, driving car number 62. That'll be Ethan Troutman. Back into the 10th starting position, the alien, the number 64 of Jason Wells. Back into the 11th spot here tonight. Then it'll be the number 73 of Philly Edwards. Joshua Buckley back in the Granny Hits Walkers and Canes. Entry will start into the 12th spot. 13th on the call, Zach Mitchell in car number 8. Then it's the Simbox number 77 of Doug Neal in 14th. 15th will go to the 4 of Jeffrey Susan with Dalton Williamson in car number 61 and 16th. 17th to the number 17 of Tim Combs. Eric Johnson in 18th. Joe Strano 19th. And the number 12 of Eric Stout will start into the 20th spot. 21st here tonight will be Dan Butler, while 22nd will be A.J. Hamill. Donald Bennett, fresh out of the hospital for his second stint in 2 weeks. He'll start 23rd. 24th to Brandon Fee, then it's Tony Stratton. Ryan O'Donnell back there in number 98 will start 26th. 27th to the Cuban Missile of Roy Fernandez. Chris Hammond back in 28th. 29th on the call here tonight, the number 15 of Dustin Gady. Then it's the checkered flag, Auto Swine, number 40 of Rob Higgins in 30th. 31st to the Aussie of Kevin O'Brien, and Bob Higgins will round down the 32-car field here tonight as we get ready for turns 3 and 4. 90 laps the distance here tonight, and we're ready. I'm ready. Are you ready? Cold day will bring us out of turn 4 here tonight and get things started. Green flag is in the air here tonight at the Chicagoland Speedway. We're racing 90 laps the distance here. The NASCAR Xfinity machines out onto the raceway here tonight, and it'll be in the dead heat into turn number 1, and that will be Michael Trevarthen leading the outside lane, and Cold Day down to the inside. Outside advantage, powerhouse move by the BK Paints number 2 machine. The driver out of Florida will lead us into 3. 3 wide racing about the 10th position back. Billy Edwards to the outside. One driver taking the inside. That was the number 45 of Tim Williams. Off the pace for the 45 of Williams. They were stacked up 3 wide contact. Billy Edwards up into the outside wall. He'll brush the side of that Labatt Blue number 73, and that will make some damage to the outside of that Camaro. And that's not good because this track here tonight is going to be one of those tracks that is going to be aero-dependent here tonight. Another driver to the outside wall there. That was Dustin Gady, and one driver that started inside the top 10 here tonight has fallen way back behind the 8 ball as it's still Michael Trevarthen leading the way here. The 45 of Tim Williams. There you see the driver out of Canada. There you see that 45. Well, he has been into the wall also. He's lost numerous positions from inside the top 5 to outside the top 15. Up front, though, fast lap last time was by the 99 at Cold Day as they continue to follow that Ref Esports. Number 2 of Michael Trevarthen out front. It's Trevarthen, it's Murdoch, it's Single, it's Butler. That is the top 5 here tonight as we run. Tim Williams still back here trying to hold off. That's the Simbox number 77. That was Doug Neal, the driver out of Georgia. Just behind him, that is Joe Strano and Eric Johnson. They were battling. They figured it out. Now here comes A.J. Hamill. Hamill back here into the 19th position. Picked up 3 spots already. Ryan O'Donnell trying to work the outside in that Ford Mustang. A little kick of the right rear tire, trying to lead on it just a little bit. That time out of turn number 4 for Ryan O'Donnell. O'Donnell not in racing competition last week. He is back here tonight. He's down in Sebring watching the race and visiting Grandma. There's that all white, the Arctic white out number 51, DJ Anderson. He has dropped 2 spots here tonight, but you got to remember the last time we were on one of these tracks like this, it was him that went to victory lane. Maybe he is going to play a little strategy here tonight. One of those drivers that are always able to save just a little bit extra fuel here for the long runs if they were needed. We'll see if he needs that here tonight. Right now, he is back to running into the 10th spot, 1 spot outside the top 10. The number 13 of Joshua Buckley. Brand new paint scheme on car number 13. It's all chromed out, so it looks a little black for your race fans. Let's see if we can... There he is, coming across the start-finish line right now. Looks all black, chrome, silver, but it's actually blue and chrome, blue and white. What good-looking car out of the Raven Graphics stables. So Buckley with a brand new paint scheme, hoping that it brings him a little bit of luck here tonight. Battle inside the top 5. Here comes Sean Single. He'll work to the inside with the Care Bears entry underneath Richard Murdoch. So far, some good battling up front here tonight as Michael Trevarthen continues to lead. So it's Trevarthen, it's Day, it's Single, and Murdoch across the line. Sean Butler just kind of sitting there in that number 88 entry. Back into the 5th spot. Doesn't look like he wants to ruffle too many feathers here early on. Just kind of pacing himself, saving his equipment. As here comes the storm from the north. It'll blow into the 5th position. That's the 42 of Max Terriot. So Terriot moving up into the 5th spot. Then bump Butler back now into 6th here. As we'll come by this time, we'll complete lap number 8. All have been led by the driver out of Florida. Dustin Gainey, you can see he's been into the outside wall. Mickey's tax service number 15. Multiple-time winner on the tour. Really was the 1987 car here on iRacing. Not racing that tonight. He's a little disappointed. He'd love to see that car in competition. Started in 29th, got up as high as the 25th position, and has now fallen back to 29th. One spot ahead of Kevin O'Brien. One spot behind the Cowboy of Rob Higgins. There you see the checkered flag, Auto Supply number 40. That is the Cowboy, Rob Higgins. Well, Higgins out there tonight, asking if we had any koozies, and I told him. The boss man said as soon as we get rid of all those hats over there and shirts, that we're getting some koozies, so I don't know. Higgins said he lost them all. Takes them all over the place with him and just leaves them. So race fans, if you find them out there, they're probably Rob Higgins. John Butler, you got some competition behind you. Here comes Wells. Wells will take a bid to the inside in that alien wearer number 64. As that is also before of Jeffrey Souza. Souza has picked up 8 spots here in the early going. The Souza Media Ford Performance entry. Stant Analyzer Machine is on a mission. He is the biggest mover and shaker here inside the first 10 laps of the evening. As talking about mover and shaker as Sean Single also trying to get underneath the number 99 at Cold Day. Down into 1. Sean took a shallow entry, and that car washed up in the center of the track, while Cold Day kind of took a big arcing swing at it to try and carry the momentum. And you see the difference. That number 11 of Shanika Single not having the straightaway speed that time. And, oh, the caution lights are on. Caution lights are on, and I'm being told there it is. The 18 of A.J. Hamill sitting sideways on the back straightaway. The driver out of Vermont is Ford Mustang, looking a little tore up. And ooh, that might be a little more damage than he's expecting as he tried to drive away from that one. Looks like the number 12 of Eric Stout also involved in that with his Six Rings Racing Toyota. See if the driver out of Virginia pulling away. Got some damage to the Toyota's left front. Kevin O'Brien also involved in this one. We'll have to take a look back here. Lap number 13 will be the first caution flag of the evening here, about halfway through a fuel run tonight for these drivers. Let's see what happened. A.J. Hamill up into the outside wall, and he tried to collect it, and he's going to collect the number 12 of Eric Stout. Look at Bennett slip and slide. I think he made contact with both drivers there. Kevin O'Brien sweeping through in the grass. We'll have to see if we have an onboard camera with Donald Bennett, see if we can get his perspective here tonight. Right on board with Bennett. Sideways, and he'll hang on to it. See the wreck down the straightaway, and watch Bennett right here. They saw sparks, and yeah, there's rear end damage to that number 31 now, Donald Bennett. Of course, Bennett last Monday night just made it in time for the race, and then after being discharged from the hospital, and now tonight, just getting back from the hospital a couple hours ago, he's here tonight once again. Bennett battling kidney stones out there, so unfortunately he's wrapped up in this one. Good to see him out here, though. He was checked out. He did tell me he has a clean bill of health here tonight. It's all a mixed bag of tricks here tonight, and I'm not talking about the cereal. As there's Brandon Feeney, the Liquid Moly K1 Graphics entry right now. He is being scored as the race leader. He has not come to pit road. Jeffrey Souza came to pit road, but it looks like a two-tire stop for car number 4 of Jeffrey Souza. So it'll be Feeney and Souza looking like they will be on the front row here tonight. Trevarthen and Cole Day both took 4 tires, along with Max Terriot, Sean Single, Richard Murdoch, Sean Butler, Ethan Troutman, and DJ Anderson. That's how they are lined up, ready to go. It looked like we will go next time by. Can confirm that it was a 2-tire stop officially for the number 4 of Jeffrey Souza. We were just clarifying that, and it will be a no pit stop for Brandon Feeney. Feeney was running back, go outside the top 20. He will now be the race leader here. So now these drivers all have to be mindful that Feeney is the race leader here tonight, and he is on old set of tires compared to the rest of the drivers behind him. Feeney here as of late, an avid diecast collector, traveling all over the Ontario, Canada area. Sending me pictures from, passenger seat of his Mazda. Hope you got a passenger seat ready for this one, Feeney, because this is about to get wild. Old tires versus new tires versus 2 tires, excuse me. No tires, 2 tires, 4 tires. Feeney's just going to swing it high, and it looks like he might just stay out of the racing groove here. It looks like he actually got a pretty decent start. Cole Day going to try to shoot the middle here, see if he can try and take the race lead. As right now, it's looking like Souza is going to come out of turn 4 as the race leader. While 1 car going around. 2 cars, 3 cars pile up on the back straightaway. Big melee look at everybody sliding to the infield. Oh, the 88 of Sean Butler is wrapped up, and that car is tore up from the floor up. The 45 of Tim Williams with such a great qualifying effort. There's Joe Strano. There is the number 17 of Tim Combs. A lot of drivers. Oh, there's the Alienware machine, the alien himself of Jason Wells. His Alienware Logitech NVIDIA Performance entry not going to be tracking straight. Neither is Tony Strano. He is involved. A slew of drivers involved here right off the jump of that restart. Looking at it, they're telling me it's Joe Strano, Kevin O'Brien, Bob Higgins, Philly Edwards, Rob Higgins, Roy Fernandez, Sean Butler, Jason Wells, Eric Johnson, just a few, DJ Anderson, Sean Single, Ryan O'Donnell, Dan Butler, all involved in this one to bring the caution flag out. We'll have to look. Murdoch down on the bottom there. I think Sean Single may have got into the quarter panel there of the number 38 of Brandon Feeney. We'll have to see where Feeney is involved in this. He did restart on the front row. Chaos out there on the Speedway. Watch the 38 of Brandon Feeney here. He's on the outside. He's on the older tires, trying to stay up to the high lane. Contact, the 11 of Shanika Single. DJ Anderson involved. Dalton Williamson involved. Drivers scattering everywhere. Right on board with Tim Combs. Just got beat around like a volleyball at a tournament. Tons of drivers down on pit road right now. Also, I'm looking at the names that are down on pit road. Fernandez was on pit road. Kevin O'Brien, Tony Strano, Rob Higgins, Dan Butler, Brandon Feeney, Dustin Gainey, Sean Single, Zach Mitchell, Sean Butler, DJ Anderson, Dalton Williamson, Eric Johnson, Tim Williams, Jason Wells, Philly Edwards, Tim Combs, and Joe Strano. Hoy! A mouthful. I can tell you, everybody from the 15th position on back having some sort of damage here now tonight at Chicagoland. We will see which drivers have cars that are competitive enough to stay out there. We can tell you Ryan O'Donnell was involved. He did not come to pit road. He will stay out and be in the 14th position. There he is. AJ Hamill has damage. That was from the previous incident. The number 12 of Eric Stout has damage. That was from the previous incident. And Donald Bennett, once again, sliding through there like a kidney stone sliding out. He is up there into the 10th position now. So, the scripts have flipped here tonight. That is for sure. And we'll see as we come back in the restart zone. Lights are out. PyRacing.com pace car off the racing surface. We're going back racing. It'll be 19 laps officially in the books here. The green flag is back out. Everybody coming up through the gearbox. A big push by that number 2 of Trevarthen into the back end of the Souza Media number 4, trying to get Souza out in front. You can see the 4 loose down turns 1 and 2. The 4 was loose. Remember, he is on 2 tires versus the rest of the field on 4 tires, and he's trying to hang on to that top spot. Here comes the 99 of Cole Day. Gonna come up on the lap traffic there. That's the 88 of Sean Butler. Butler gonna just sit right in the middle of the track. He's gonna make the leader. Oh, Cole Day gonna have to lift out of it. Butler was right there in the path of the race leaders. Did not give way. Now Cole Day is gonna try and swing underneath the 4 of Souza. Souza still the race leader, but this time now Cole Day has the advantage by going to the inside lane and clear track out in front of both of them. Cole Day, who set the fast time in qualifying, now back to the point he'll lead here tonight at Chicagoland Speedway. So now it's Day. Now where does Souza go here from this point? Because he's getting the number 2 of Trevarthen now down to the inside. You can see the battle. Look at that 4. The 4 very strong through turns 1. He'll get right to the back bumper of Day off turn 2. He'll swing to the inside. They'll be side by side down the back straight away. The side-by-side battle now. This time Jeffrey Souza down to the inside. He'll take the race lead. Cole Day going to try to cross over again. See if he can get a little help there from the number 2 of Michael Trevarthen. Trevarthen not going to push that 99. Trevarthen will swing to the inside. Good battle here for the race lead here on lap number 23. Back to our racing action after the second caution flag of the evening. And look at Souza. That car, you can tell it is a little bit unstable, but that could be the way that he likes to drive that number 4. Right now, if you're Cole Day, you see that rear end very unstable on that number 4 machine. Maybe you give up just a little bit, back it up a little bit. Let's see if the tires come in on the number 4, or if they start to fade here a little bit quicker than most drivers here as we come across the line to complete another one. Souza still the race leader. Cole Day, Michael Trevarthen, Max Terrell, and Richard Murdoch. Joshua Buckley just outside the top 5, currently in the 13, the driver out of Massachusetts. There you see him. He's just sitting back there as Souza slips again off turn number 2. But Cole Day had to lift out of the gas because he was just about to run into the back of that number 4. Cole Day that time with a great run off turn number 4. It looks like also that 2 machine had a pretty solid run, so they will pull back to the number 4 of Jeffrey Souza. Down here in 1 and 2, it's either been hit or miss for that number 4. Either it's been really good sailing off into turns 1 and 2, getting a good run down the back straightaway, or like you can see, the 99 inched a little bit closer. That time, though, they both pulled away from Michael Trevarthen. Trevarthen will sail her off into turn number 3, though, and see if it sticks. Good battle for the race lead, and I'm impressed that that number 4 of Jeffrey Souza on the 2 tires is able to run the high line around the raceway here tonight and control this race at Chicagoland. We've completed 25 laps. We've had 3 different leaders here tonight. Michael Trevarthen, Jeffrey Souza, Cole Day have all led laps here tonight at the Chicagoland Speedway. Richard Murdoch would like to bring his Adventure in Pixel 01 entry up here. Look at him, he'll block the advantage there from the number 13 of Joshua Buckley. Murdoch got a little tight off turn 4 and had to lift out of it. Buckley having a very solid run here, qualified just outside the top 10 into that 12th position, and here tonight with a brand new paint scheme, brand new confidence for the Grant Hamps Walkers and Kane sponsored driver. Maybe here tonight could be his night. He's been on a drought the last couple of seasons, has not been able to get the 13 into victory lane, but could tonight be the night? A lot of drivers now at this point here tonight thinks that it could be their night because a lot of big name drivers were wrapped up in that caution flag and now are out of tonight's event. And here comes the body armor, number 62 of Ethan Troutman. He'll swing it down to the inside. Driving a Ford here this week, and that 62 is going to slide up in front of Buckley, so he'll take the 6th spot, but Buckley not going to go away without a fight. Buckley swung it to the inside, but will not have the momentum built up, so he'll fall back into line right now. And out front, though, they have still not been able to get around that number 4. Souza holding a very pretty wheel here tonight, controlling that number 4. I'm sure a lot of crew chiefs are out there right now taking notes that that 4 machine had put on 2 tires and has been able to lead this race here. I don't know even if Cole Day was able to get around that number 4, if he would have been able to drive away, because here comes now the number 2. Here comes Michael Trevarthen. Here comes the storm from the north, Max Terriel. They're now both down to the inside of that Rockstar Energy number 99. One car into the outside wall. That was the 77. That was Doug Neal scraping the paint off that sim box entry as he was trying to get around the outside of the number 13 of Joshua Buckley. DJ Anderson limping around the bottom side of the Speedway. He'll bring it right back down the pit road. Hey, how about the 6 of Chris Hammett? It's been a very quiet night for the youngster. If you're looking for Chris Hammett merchandise, race fans, he has told me that there is plenty of merchandise available this season. To go ahead and contact him, and he'll shoot you the link to the website. I believe it is over on blackacid.com. You could go ahead and pick up some Chris Hammett merchandise. Support one of those local heroes around the short track ranks in America. Trying to get around Joshua Buckley right now, but the battle for the race lead. Trevarthen got the Ford wound up on the bottom. It is singing here tonight. He got around Cole Day, and Cole Day's been able to keep his 99 in front of that number 42 of Max Terriel. There you see the number 42, the all-time winning leader here with the series. Terriel just currently sitting back into that 4th spot, and now he'll swing it to the outside, see if he can get a run on the 99 of Cole Day. Almost 3 wide down the front straightaway. Battle for the race lead. It was Souza at the line. Well, what does Trevarthen have? Does he have a car that's capable of driving underneath that 4 to the lead? 99 of Cole Day that time got a little out of shape out of turn number 2. So he falls back. Six car, a little bit of a breakaway here tonight, early on in this one, not quite halfway, and we have not seen the green flag pit cycle just yet, but that is coming. Taking a look at the laps, these drivers are able to go maybe in the mid-20s on fuel. Right now we're on lap number 34. These drivers all pitted back around lap number 13, so we're getting pretty close here within the next, probably, I'm going to say 8 to 9 laps. Well, these drivers going to have to come to pit road, and man, we don't want to come to pit road because now we just added Murdoch, and we got Chris Hammett closing into the battle here. Now, for the race lead, Michael Trevarthen will go to the top spot. He's trying to bring Max Terriel, the 42, right along with him. Terriel thought he was going to be able to get to the inside of that number 2 of Michael Trevarthen, but he was not able to, and it looked like it packed a bunch of air on that Mustang, and he fell back. Right now, though, look at the manufacturers that are up towards the front of the field. Take a look at it. It's a Ford for the top 3 spots, and it's a Chevy. It's a Ford, it's a Chevy, and Ford inside the top 7. Where are all the Toyotas? Well, they are way back. Eric Stout in the 22nd and DJ Anderson into the 27th position here. Only one other Toyota on the entry list, and, well, he did not actually make the call tonight here. That's the James Skelton entry. So Skelton will miss tonight, but, well, what do we tell you about all the drivers that were locked in? James Skelton, one of those drivers, as long as he completes half the regular season races, which he just has to do one more race, he will be locked in because he does have a win this season. So Trevarthen's still the race leader. Battle back here a little bit deeper into the field. That's Rob Higgins to the outside in the 20-year anniversary checkered flag auto supply entry. And the number 15 of Dustin Gainey in the Mickey's Tax Service entry. Down low, Gainey does have some damage to that Mickey's Tax Service number 15. But it will be Rob Higgins that picks up the spot. A little bit farther back, a couple cars that were wrapped up in some wrecks here. Ryan O'Donnell and Brandon Feeney. There you see the Turbo Dork Radical Paints entry. Just got around Feeney. Feeney having some connection issues in car number 38. You see he's very wounded now. He's running back here into the 19th position. They are on the lead lap, but well behind the 8 ball. Drivers that are out of tonight's event. Looks like Dalton Williamson will get credit with a 28th place finish. Tim Williams, 29th. Philly Edwards, 30th. Tim Combs, 31st. Joe Strano, 32nd. As pit stops underway, because here comes the number 4, Jeffrey Souza, comes to pit road here on lap number 39. He'll take his pit stop right now, so he'll give up the top running spot. It's now Max Terriot who's going to the point. Max takes it over after Michael Trevarthen has led the last couple of laps, so it'll be Terriot, then Trevarthen across the line. Cole Day, Ethan Troutman, and Richard Murdoch. Murdoch's up here trying to work himself inside the top 4 right now in the Adventure in Pixel 01. Chris Hammett has joined this group, and Doug Neal has actually been turning some very fast laps in that Simbox entry. He was up into the outside wall at one point here tonight, but he is actually still turning some very good laps. Just a scrape of that number 77 off the right-hand side. See when he elects to come to pit road. More drivers coming to pit road. The number 38 of Brandon Feeney and the number 12 of Eric Stout have all come to pit road here. Rob Higgins also now going to bring the 40 entry to pit road with A.J. Hamill. So both those drivers coming down pit road along with Roy Fernandez. So pit road will become a busy place here right before the halfway point. But these drivers not going to be able to make it from here. They're going to need at least one more pit stop to make it all the way. Here comes now the number 2, Michael Trevarthen. Here comes the 99 of Cole Day. They will all come to pit road. See both those drivers coming to pit road. Chris Hammett will close the gap big time on both of them. So 3 cars inside the top 10 coming to pit road this time. They're going to bring Donald Bennett along also in car number 31. Max Terriot, Ethan Troutman, and Richard Murdoch all still out here. And it looks like maybe here comes Murdoch. Murdoch will peel off this time. Here comes the 77. Here comes the 13. Pit road is definitely going to be the busy place here. .42, Max Terriot still out there. He's going to put the number 8 of Zach Mitchell a lap down. Mitchell with a lot of damage. It's very heavy on that Mustang. There you see the GoBowling.com number 8 track racer entry. It is tore up. Now Max coming to pit road. They'll bring Troutman along with him. Trying to take a look. Where is Souza? Souza is 1 lap down. He just got his lap back. He just went past the flag stand. So Souza will go back onto the lead lap. He should probably, I'm looking at it, he should cycle back through as the race leader, as everybody that's ahead of him now has just come to pit road, like Single and Gainey and Tony Strano and Troutman and Terriot. They all just came to pit road. So it should be Jeffrey Souza retaining the race lead here on lap number 45. We'll see where it cycles through. Give it just a couple of seconds here, because where is Max? Max is just leaving his pit stall, and I do see damage on the right front fender of that 42. I didn't see where that came from. But there is Souza, there is Max, and it will be the 4 of Souza, the race leader after the green flag pit cycle. That's because Kevin O'Brien has actually just come to pit road. There you see the Aussie. Kevin O'Brien now on pit road, so that actually will cycle Souza back through. Looking like about a 1.8 second gap from first to second after the pit stop. Max Terrill comes out running about 2.3 seconds back. Chris Hammett's 3 seconds back. Cole Day is 3.5 seconds. So you can see here after the green flag pit stop, everybody's starting to break themselves apart here. We'll see if they do start to funnel back together here. Maybe somebody like Michael Trevarthen might start to save a little bit of fuel. Battle deep into the field here. Look at these 3 drivers. Roy Fernandez getting around Ryan O'Donnell. He's going to open up the door, and look at big Bob Higgins. Bob Higgins just going to give a scrape on the wall that time out of turn 4, and Bob's going to keep his foot in it. And there's one thing about Bob. He's going to drive it till the wheels fall off of it, and heck, all 4 drivers inside the picture frame right there. Hernandez and Higgins and Feeney and O'Donnell, hey, they will run it till the wrap comes off it. But how about Bob Higgins running that 20-year anniversary checkered flag auto supply entry, now up to the 15th position, 17 spots gained for the driver of car number 30. And it's fairly clean. We just said he got a little brush of the wall back there, but relatively, that car is absolutely clean. That race lead that Souza had, it is diminishing, and it is diminishing fast. Looking at it, and it was 4 tires that time for Jeffrey Souza, but, yeah, it's a half a second and dropping. Max Terrill 2 laps ago actually set the fastest lap of the race at a 31.11. Of course, that did have the draft from Souza, and I believe that is the number 21. That is of Dan Butler, the store magnet right there. See Butler in his Camaro. It's a little beat up tonight. The driver from Massachusetts wrapped up in one of those wrecks and just got him behind the 8 ball. Car looks all right as long as he has some drafting help, but once that Camaro gets help by himself, it is just like a big old snowplow. Martin going to go to the outside here. See if he can get the run down the banking. "41 laps remaining here tonight as Jeffrey Souza is the race leader with Michael Trevarthen and Max Terrill. Oh, Butler got a little loose down on the bottom. That car wandered up the track into Max Terrill. Max and Butler both are able to hang on to it. But man, what can Max do right now for a Kit Kat bar? Because, boy, that guy, he's got damage now on both sides of the car, possibly. Let's see if we can get a good look at that car, possibly, if we have a shot close enough. And we know there's already right front fender damage. There might be a little left front crinkle on it, maybe a crease right there near the door. I can't quite tell from the angles that we have here tonight at Chicagoland. But what I can tell you is the battle now is for the race lead. Here comes the number 2 machine. Michael Trevarthen to the bottom and digging. That car is fast here tonight. Michael Trevarthen now back to the point, 40 laps to go. Now 39 laps remaining here tonight at the Chicagoland Speedway. The driver from Florida trying to pick up a win here this season. Trying to page through to see when Michael Trevarthen has picked up his last win with the series. He's picked up 3 wins with the series, and when you look at it, those wins came at Atlanta, it came at Phoenix, and Talladega. He has never won at this style of racetrack. I mean, he won at the 1.5 mile at Atlanta, but that was the Atlanta with the dog leg, and that was before the Super Speedway package got introduced. He's never won here at a true just 1.5 mile speedway. Trevarthen does sit tied right now with Chris Hammett and Landon Lacey on the all-time win list. So if he could win here tonight, that would jump him up into the 12th spot overall on wins with the series. But don't look now, because the all-time winningest driver is starting to reel his way back into this one. So Max Terriot now sitting there into the 2nd spot. Kevin O'Brien battling here with Rob Higgins. Higgins got a little rear end damage on his number 40 checkered flag auto supply entry. Some drivers that are off sequence coming to pit road. Ryan O'Donnell and Zach Mitchell both coming down pit road, 2 teammates. This week, Zach Mitchell very happy with Ryan O'Donnell because, well, he's got a paint job on that Ford. There you see Kevin O'Brien now up into the 11th position, the highest running spot here under green flag, other than, well, he did have the lead momentarily there. He did lead 1 lap tonight under green flag pit cycle. There's the 2 leaders once again. There's Shanika Single, the 2 cents entry back into the 18th spot. As the lead for the race for the lead exchanges hands. Trevarthen will fall back into 2nd. Max now taking the top spot. So the damage number 42 to the point here. Completing lap number 56. Max Terriot now. Chris Hammett trying to go to the outside here, run that middle groove around the 99. And we're 3 wide momentarily going down into turn number 1 with the slow car of 2 cent single. So the 99 of Cold Day will fall back into the 6th position. Pit stops coming in about 6 to 8 laps, and that is probably, for a lot of these drivers, may be the last time they come to pit road. They may try to stretch that final fuel run out to get to the finish here tonight. It has the feel of a long green flag run as you see the battle. Souza trying to block off the advances of the number 6 of Chris Hammett. Chris Hammett, the all-time underdog champion with the series. Picked up a championship just 2 seasons ago. So the 4 of Souza has been playing that strategy here tonight, but it's been very good for him. But how about Chris Hammett? 24 spots gained for the driver of car number 6. Now inside the top 4 with 31 laps to go. Higgins and Gainey going at it. Higgins has been falling, or dropping positions, falling through the order. He was up into the 11th spot. Now he's back into the 13th spot. That car is just damaged on the right-hand quarter panel, right-hand rear. And that car, I think, just down in the corners, does not handle the way he would like. But who's inside the top 10 now here? Kevin O'Brien having a run. He is having a run for the ages for Kevin O'Brien. Kevin comes in 5th overall on starts with the series at 181. His best finish was 4th back in 2023 at the, I say back in, it was actually on my birthday, February 20th this year at Daytona. It was a 4th place finish. And in June of 2021, he finished 5th back at Auto Club. Could it be a day that if he keeps that car clean, he is climbing in the right direction? These two have been battling here for a couple of laps. There's Cold Day. He's back in 6th. Souza is still holding on to the top 5. There's Brandon Feeney. A damaged car going a lap down. Race leaders are working through lap traffic right now. Murdoch is sitting there in 3rd. He'll go around the number 31 of Donald Bennett. Bennett, the kidney stone holder right now, record holder actually here with Red Light Racing. Holds the most trips to the ER for kidney stones. He did get released today, race fans, and he's here tonight. The second time. Last Monday night, he got released from the hospital but made the race just on time. Just behind them, Cole Day low to the inside here on Souza. Tried to make the pass before green flag pit stops. But while they battle side by side, Ethan Troutman's starting to pull them back in. This track very nice here tonight, widening out nicely. Cole Day sliding up the banking. Going to give the 4 a little room there, lift it out of it, but that's going to now give the 62 of Troutman a big run, 3 wide into turn 3. 3 wide racing here to see who can have the 5th spot. 2 Fords and a Chevrolet sandwiched in the middle. It's going to be Souza lifting out of it. He'll fall back the spot at the line. It was Cole Day holding the 5th spot in the Rockstar Energy entry. Cole Day going to try to keep that energy machine wound up and wrapped up on the outside. He's got Donald Bennett right there, the 62, going to try to use him as a pick. Cole Day bobbing and weaving, just going to barely squeeze on through there. Troutman thought about using that 31 as a huge pit down the back straightaway, but Cole Day kept his right foot in it. Drivers coming to pit road. There's the 4 of Souza. He'll peel off. He'll be the first one with 25 laps to go to come to pit road. So this must be just inside the fuel window for that number 4 machine. Possibly getting some great fuel mileage here tonight. 25 laps would be the most laps we've seen anybody go on a tank of fuel. We've seen the team roll the dice and put 2 tires on it till we see it again. Right side tires going on as the jack is up on that number 4 machine. Will they come around here and then put the lefts on? They will. So it will be a 4-tire stop for the number 4 of Souza. Here comes Cole Day now. He'll be one of the first leaders other than Souza to come to pit road. That'll drag Doug Neal, the 77, to pit road. Max Terriot still out front here. Pit road's very busy. Drivers coming in, drivers coming out. That is Higgins trying to come out of pit road. Bob Higgins also coming out of pit road. Race leaders coming to pit road. Now here comes the number 2, Michael Trevarth and Richard Murdoch, Chris Hammett. They will make their way to pit road and make their final stop of the evening, which is 23 laps to go. Here comes Dustin Gainey. He'll bring the Mickey's Tech service number 15 now to pit road. Somebody came by and they were clutching it by the camera there. Somebody's trying to make it on fuel here into their final stop, into their final stint of the evening. Troutman, Buckley, pit road. Max Terriot still out here trying to possibly have the freshest tires at the end of this one. Will he come this time? It'll be 21 to go at the line, and he will. So Max will bring the number 42 sideways into pit road. He doesn't need the tires anymore. Troutman down and away. 4-tire stop for him. Buckley, 4-tire. Shotnick, a single. 4 tires and fuel. So Max now on pit road. That should turn things over. Kevin O'Brien will take the race lead, and I believe he'll be the final driver to come to pit road whenever he elects to come down. Let me take a look, and final driver that is in the lead lap. Sean Single having some problems in car number 11. The Care Bear entry was off track. Let's take a look. Down on the apron, did something happen? Oh, self-yeet from out from underneath. Oh, those Duke boys are back at it again, huh, Sean? Doesn't bring the caution flag out. We stay green flag racing. Kevin O'Brien is down on pit road, as you see. So that'll turn things back over. Max Terriot will be the race leader. So Terriot cycles back through as the race leader, and the battle is for second right now. Here comes Murdoch down to the inside, and there's Michael Trevarthen. Also, hot to try. Cole Day just behind them into the fifth spot with Chris Hammett back in sixth. Everybody taking 4 tires. Nobody rolled the dice, and the 2 tires stop here at the end. Remember, Souza did roll the strategy and put 2 tires on early on, and it paid off for him. I thought maybe we were going to see somebody try it, but maybe with how much fuel these guys had to pack into their machines, they weren't willing to risk the 2 tires. So Souza will continue to hold off Richard Murdoch. There is Michael Trevarthen right there. Trevarthen having one of the fastest cars here this evening, now just stuck in traffic. So the driver out of Florida. Now Murdoch's got the veteran's owned Adventure in Pixels entry. Looking like it's going to wrap the bottom pretty good, but here comes Souza back onto the outside. He'll have the momentum. Look at that 4 machine just roll the top side, keep the momentum, keep his right foot in it. Murdoch having to lift a little bit down around the bottom side, and that just kills the momentum of that Chevrolet. $17 to go. Murdoch's going to take that spot, and maybe a little contact there. Took the nose off of number 4 of Souza. Souza maybe catching a piece of the outside wall or going into turn number 1. As now, what does Michael Trevarthen have? Some real good battles right here. As it will be Michael Trevarthen taking that 3rd spot from Souza. Remember, Souza was the first one of the leaders to come to pit road as a couple laps older on his tires. Kevin O'Brien trying to claw his way back through the field. Remember, he was the last driver here tonight to pit. So he's got the freshest tires on the Speedway. He's 12th right now. He's got some drivers out ahead of him, a couple of seconds up the road of Dustin Gainey and Tony Strano. Well, 11th and 12th are out there for him to go get if he would be able to catch them drivers here tonight. Chris Hammett still the highest running driver that started the farthest back by 22 spots gained for the number 6 of Chris Hammett, running into the 6th spot as we got just 15 laps to go. 15 to go. Murdoch, though, into that P number 2 spot now. He is currently sitting 3.1 seconds behind Max Terriot, which is 14 laps to go. And Max has the freshest tires and has been one of the fastest cars all night long, setting the fastest lap time of the evening. A 30.90 for Max Terriot is the fastest lap of the night. We're not having to work through some of the lap traffic here now. That's going to hold him up off turn number 4. So that gap from Richard Murdoch to Max Terriot is going to gain or kind of increase as Terriot will gain spots. Trevarthen trying to pick up that spot there. Murdoch going to throw a huge block down the front straightaway on him. Trevarthen tried to get him there with that lap car, just wasn't quite able to. Cole Day has ran down the 4 machine now. Here comes now Michael Trevarthen. He'll take the bid to the inside. Zach Mitchell coming to pit road, unscheduled stop for car number 8. He's running into the 23rd position. AJ Hamill, Eric Johnson all have retired here tonight, along with Wells, Anderson, Williams, Edwards, Combs, and Joe Strano. Souza and Cole Day. It seems like these two drivers have been locked in a battle all evening long, and Cole Day is going to actually make quick work of this battle. So Cole Day will take the 4th spot. Now can Day go run down the top 3 drivers of Michael Trevarthen and Richard Murdoch, possibly. See how good that Chevrolet is. Right now at the front, it's a Ford, it's a Chevrolet, it's a Ford, it's a Chevrolet, and then a Ford. Again, those Toyotas running back in 20th and 27th. Double high five for everybody at the flag stand. It's just 10 more times around the raceway. 10 more times around the Chicagoland Raceway, and we'll see. Max has been able to increase his race lead right now. He is just out front on cruise control here on Monday, trying to start his week off right. Then it's those two, Richard Murdoch, old Richard Dickdock back here, running in second. Michael Trevarthen in third. When you look at these drivers that are running right here and where they are all in the championship standings, Richard Murdoch comes into the 9th position overall. He is sitting there above the cut line, above Cole Day, Dalton Williamson. And then it's Souza, Buckley, and Johnson. That's how the points look coming in. So if Murdoch is able to finish there into that second position, it'll be a great point stay for him. Michael Trevarthen's inside the top 5 overall. And Max Terrell, who's out front with just 8 to go, he already has a win of the season. We told you the points would start to jumble up here tonight. Drivers like Sean Butler, who was 4th overall coming into the night. He had problems. He is out of the race. He will be scored back in. Actually, my mistake. They've got that car fixed. He's running 19th currently. Chris Hammett trying to get to the inside of Cole Day. Chris Hammett just picked up his 24th spot of the night. And we told you about Kevin O'Brien trying to work his way inside the top 10. I can tell you that O'Brien has ran down Dustin Gainey and Tony Strano. And now he's back inside the top 10. He's got Joshua Buckley not that far up ahead of him. Now he could possibly go get him yet before tonight's over. Cole Day back around Chris Hammett, though. Rockstar Energy Chevrolet, the pole setter here tonight. Just very, very fast. There's the battle for second, though. Zach Mitchell back down on pit road with car number 8. He was just down a couple laps ago. 4 laps ago to be exact. He's back down there again. This time by, we will see just 5 fingers in the air. He's waving at him from the flag stand. It'll be 5 laps to go. 5 laps to go as Zach Mitchell looks like he will call it a night. Something really going internally wrong with car number 8. His night over, not able to pick up any spots, not going to lose any spots. So it'll be a 23rd spot finish for the driver out of Minnesota. I believe he should have gotten a sweatshirt that we shipped him out. Shipped him one of those Turn 3 Racing Network sweatshirts. Yes, he is. He is done here tonight. Helmet is off. He is out of the car. 4 to go. It's still Terriel. It's Murdoch, Trevarthen, Cole Day, and Chris Hammett. That's the top 5 runners right now. Souza has been caught by Ethan Troutman, so that could be a battle for the 6th spot here in the closing laps of this one. Troutman going to take a peek to the outside, go way high and wide, see if he can get some momentum. And it looks like he's going to get that momentum. He'll cross over the number 4 out of turn number 4. With 3 to go, here comes that body armor entry. Now can he sail it off deep and slide up in front of the number 4? The old asphalt slide job. Not going to be able to slide up in front on corner exit. He'll respect the number 4 of Souza to the outside, give him plenty of room to race. And let's see what they can do this time out of turn 4. The old popsicle sticks going in the air. Max Terriel has a couple lap cars. That'll be Dustin Gainey running into the 12th position. That looks like he possibly going to lose a lap here at the end of this one. Max does have a 6.1 second race lead over those 2 drivers right there. So Max looking to come back here to see if he can get the white flag to finish this one off. He'll come off turn number 4. Max will take the white flag. It'll be the final lap around the Chicagoland Speedway here tonight. Max trying to pick up his second win of the season. Or excuse me, he does not have a win. Where did I see that he had a win? He does not. I have to fire our stat guy that does these stats. A race fan stat job available here at the Third Degree Racing Network. But for the final time here tonight, it will be Max Terriel coming out of turn number 4. He'll pick up his 44th career win. The Storm from the North will win here tonight at the Chicagoland Speedway. So he'll win, and then it will go to Murdoch. He will finish second here tonight with Michael Trevarthen in third. Cole Day with a career best finish back into the 4th position here tonight. Chris Hammett, Ethan Troutman, Jeffrey Souza, Doug Neal in 8th. Joshua Buckley in 9th. And how about a night for Kevin O'Brien? He'll come out of turn 4, and it will be a 10th place finish here tonight for the driver out of Australia. So Kevin O'Brien having himself a heck of a night here tonight. Tony Strano in 11th. Dustin Gainey in 12th. Bob Higgins in 13th. 14th to Rob. And the kidney stone of Donald Bennett will round out the top 15 drivers, but it was all Max Terriel going to victory lane here tonight. Had the damage early on that Ford, but it is absolutely blistering fast, so he'll get to do the donuts here tonight, as he is our winner tonight here at Chicagoland. The 6th round of the season goes to him. He'll join DJ Anderson, Zach Mitchell, James Skelton, and Chris Hammett as drivers that are locked in. So now we'll have 5 if we put the name of Max Terriel on with those drivers. You see him there. He'll come out to the front straightaway, and he'll just park it at the front straightaway. So as Max Terriel sits there, we're going to take a quick break here from the Chicagoland Speedway, and we'll be back to talk to the top 3 here tonight in the Liquid Moly post-race show.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome back here to the Chicagoland Speedway, race fans. After 90 laps of racing competition here with the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series presented by Red Light Racing. 2 caution flags, and one of them being a very big one here tonight, as some of these drivers that were running towards the front of the field are going to get some very disappointing finishes here tonight at Chicagoland, while some drivers will walk away with some excellent finishes here tonight at Chicagoland. Let's start things off in our Liquid Motley post-race show with the driver, though, that will pick up his 44th career win. It's the Storm from the North. Max, a great car out there tonight as you were able to walk away at the end of this one.
Yep, I needed a long run, and that's what we got for 3/4 of the race. So a clean race by everyone after that big wreck. I was lucky enough to be just enough in front that it happened behind me, and managed a few tough passes, but it worked out in the end. So and good job to Richard and Michael also.
How does it feel to know here on the 6th race of the season now car 42 is locked into the playoffs once again?
It's a bonus, but it's one race. I take one race at a time, and because once the playoff starts, everything resets. So I want to get the most from the season. So if I get unlucky or screw up in the playoff, at least I've had that to look back.
Well, congratulations here tonight, Max, as you pick up your 44th career win with the series. The red carpet rolls out. The microphone becomes yours.
Yep, as usual, I'll take my fiancée, my friend Max, and my dad, and again, Richard. And Richard's got a good start of the season, so he's doing good in points, I'm sure. And yeah, a shout out to Kevin for a top 10. Hope we get to hear his thoughts on tonight's race.
Well, there you hear it from Max Terrell. His 44th career win tonight will lock him into the playoffs. The driver that will finish behind him, he had to work for it, though. How about it, Murdoch? From the boat to a second-place finish here tonight.
Well, if you've ever heard the expression, a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then, that was me tonight. I came in here with zero practice, missed last night because, I went fishing instead to do some ops checks and have some fun, and just came in here, got about maybe 30 laps of practice in our little hour practice session, and closed my eyes and held on.
So what you're saying is you came into the night with your claws up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Claws up charter all the way. And, just like those charters, they'll get you where you need to be.
Well, you got to where you needed to be here at second. How does it feel, though? A couple podiums already this season. You haven't broken through for a win, but do you feel it coming?
I want to say yes, but I'm not gonna, because you know how that goes. But I will say I'm finally back in the VR, and I'm getting comfortable with this new steering wheel setup. So with a little bit of practice and a lot of luck, I might just get up there on the top spot before too much longer.
Well, I always say I'd rather be lucky than good, and you were good and a little lucky here tonight, avoiding that big one, so congratulations on a second-place finish. Anybody back home that's not out fishing right now that you would like to thank?
So, I'd like to, at home, my dad and brother up in Chester, South Carolina, for tuning in. My buddy Doug Robertson, who is the founder of Claws Up Charters, that's coming real soon. Mr. Thompson, my boss here, he's local as well. And then out west a little bit, my Uncle Gary in California. Thanks for tuning in. And then, as always, my good friends Jeremy and Katie, they watch every week, and with Adventure and Pixels. So thanks to all the drivers for coming out. Congrats to Max. I had some good racing there with Trevarthen at the end. Thanks for racing clean. That was a lot of fun. And thanks to you, Roger, and all of our sponsors here at Red Light. Without y'all, we couldn't do it.
There you hear it. The old Richard Murdoch there will now finish P number 2 in back-to-back weeks. And the guy that will finish in third, he carries the number 2 on the side of his machine. How about it, Mr. Big Wiggle? That car was really fast here on the opening stint of this race, and then you kind of fell back to third, and you just were never able to run back down that 42.
No, Max is always quick here. Like I said, we learned that last night, so hats off to him for a great win and better tire conservation than us, obviously. Yeah, the car was a rocket ship. Got scooped there on pit road, just tiptoeing in, making sure I didn't, speed or slide the tires or anything. And Richard got a better entry, better exit, and scooped me for second there. So hats off to Richard for a hell of a race. Like I said, really hard to pass with the cars of that equal on the same tire strategy. So we'll take the podium and move on.
Yeah, it's going to be a great points night for you with some of the drivers ahead of you in the point standings having some really bad events happen to them here tonight. How does that work? Because, well, you don't have a win yet this season. Is it every point? I mean, are these points going to be valuable in the next couple of weeks?
I think with the quality of drivers in here and with, your Max and your James and your Sean's, DJs continually clicking off wins, keep yourself in the conversation. Like I said, we haven't been out of top 5 in points all season. So, as we enter the chase, like I said, make sure you stay locked in. If you don't have that win, that you got the points to fall back on.
Well, you had a great run here tonight. You will finish third. Anybody back home on the side of the number 2 here that you got to thank for another great finish on Monday night?
Yeah, big shout out to Rev Esports. Everything Josh and Dalton do with practice and what we do with these cars. Like I said, we owe the motor pretty quick. I've had some really good runs this season. Hats off to you in the booth, Roger. You Turn 3 Racing Network always does a great job in the booth. Admins here at Red Light, all the drivers came out. Give a shout out to the grandkids, the wife, and the boys.
There you hear it. Michael Trevarthen here tonight will finish P number 3 at the end of the 90-lap race we just had here tonight at Chicagoland. And race fans, Max Terriot said we had to grab a word, so we have him standing by here with us. How about it from the Aussie, Kevin O'Brien? You will finish here tonight inside the top 10. You've made some great passes, kept the car clean. How were you able to get this 10th place finish here tonight?
Well, basically the first part of the season hasn't been a good start to me, but tonight all my cards just thrown into my hands. I've avoided that first wreck by going to the infield on the back straight, and I'm like, oh, okay, a couple of spots here, that's not too bad. But when that big one happened, it's like, oh crap, that's half the field right there, and I'm not too sure how many of them we're going to get back and be very competitive, but I stuck to it, and as you can see, I've just gained from 15th up to top 10, and then I was basically battling with Dustin Gainey and Tony Shano and the 2 Higgins, and I knew my race was going to be with them tonight. It's just that I wasn't expecting all 5 of us to be inside that top 15, top 10 mark, but I was expecting just a normal average race again outside the top 25, but I wasn't expecting. I was more shocked to see this, man. Roger, like I said, I just had a bad start to the season, and just to have something like this, it just made my day.
You talk about it making your day. You're one of the drivers here that have been here for a number of years. This is actually, looking through the stats, I believe, start for you 182 on the record book. That puts you 5th overall with the series. What does it mean to have the strong finishes like you had here tonight? Because the fields here at Red Light on Monday night have always been stacked from top all the way to the bottom.
Oh yeah, for starters, we started small, and everyone was very evenly matched. And as the season's progressed, we're getting all these new drivers coming in. The competition's getting bigger, more competitive, and for me to get a result like this, like I said, I just had to play my cards right, and everything just thrown into my hands. But qualifying's very big now. You've got to make sure you get that perfect wrap time to get the perfect starting position, and like you've seen all this season and the last couple of seasons, everyone's very competitive here. It's very hard to make a big dent, but to get a result like this when everyone else is having a bad night, and I'll just take it.
Well, you took it here tonight, you capitalized on it, and you will finish into the 10th position. Before we let you go, Kevin, obviously great talking to you, but is there anybody back home in Australia that you have to thank, or anybody out there at all?
Family, friends that do tune in once in a while, and I want to say thank you to you, Roger, for broadcasting these, and more for the sponsors. Other than that, yeah, it's pretty much that's it.
There you hear it. He doesn't have a Hot Wheels car here tonight, but Kevin O'Brien will be smiling ear to ear for this one. 21 spots gained for the Aussie. He will come home P number 10. A great race for him and a great race for a lot of these drivers. Take a quick look here at the race results after the 90 laps. And see what this looks like here. Where was your favorite driver at the end of 90 laps? A lot of drivers will have, well, a lot of good things to say after leaving Chicagoland, and some of the drivers that, well, you thought you were going to see towards the front, they weren't there. That's because they got wrapped up in a early race wreck, and you can see them towards the bottom of the list, multiple laps down, some of them not even able to finish tonight's 90-lap race. Those drivers will all look to rebound just 1 week from now. Where do we head from here? Well, we're at Chicagoland. Where does that put us next week? That puts us at a smaller track back in the Northeast. We will head to the Richmond Raceway. We will go 150 laps of racing on April the 3rd with the NASCAR Truck Series. We will get those tailgaters out, and we will see who will be able to outlast who. Kind of a short track. It's one of those, well, not quite short tracks, but not quite an intermediate track. Just kind of sits there right on the bubble. It's its own unique kind of raceway. We have that coming up on April the 3rd. Then April the 10th, we take the ARCA Menards cars. We head out back west to the California. That's right. We will head to the Irwindale Speedway 150 laps of racing competition on April the 10th. April the 17th, then we take the tailgaters back out. We're back out in Auto Club Speedway in sunny California. And then we come back a little closer east to Las Vegas. I know I said east, not much, but California to Las Vegas on April the 24th will be the final race before the playoffs start. So just a couple more chances for drivers to pick up a win to lock themselves in to go playoff racing. So with Max Terriot picking up his 44th career win, he locks himself into the playoffs. You heard from him, you heard from Richard Murdoch, Michael Trevarthen, and you heard from Kevin O'Brien here tonight. Some of your top finishing drivers here tonight at the Chicagoland Speedway. That's going to about do it here from Chicagoland. So for everybody at the Checkered Flag Auto Supply, everybody with Red Light Racing, and all of us here at the Turn 3 Racing Network, we hope you enjoyed tonight's virtual show here from the Chicagoland Speedway. And until we see you next time, race fans, everybody stay safe, and we'll see you in Turn 3.